Check out today's video, guys. We're reviewing movies and having breakfast. Check it out.
Hi guys, back again with another video, and Leah's with me again today. And today we're doing Dunkin Donuts.
That's my favorite.
I don't know how many Dunkin Donuts we did, if we even did any. I think every time we come we end up not doing a video. Oh, sorry, your rat came shooting out of there. God, and I get the Dunkin Donuts
cinnamon raisin
bagel with
cream cheese.
So
Get the same.
So we're gonna open this up.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And we're gonna get our thumbnail on out the way. I feel like I do that same one every time.
Okay. Now, there ain't but so many poses you can do with food. Talking about egg and cheese wrap, Boston cream donut, and the most important is the coffee. Ice coffee, mocha, cream and sugar, medium. I'll be trying to do this small. I only do the small when I'm being cheap and trying to save money, but that ain't enough to wet nobody's whistle.
So I have a blue raspberry. We should do with our drinks too.
That's fine.
So we're gonna do a movie review. What's some movies we've been seeing lately?
Our first movie was called Point Blank. Just came out on Netflix. Shout out to Netflix. Netflix is awesome. If you don't have Netflix, you gotta get Netflix. If it was up to me, I could probably live off of Netflix, the Weather Channel, my old time channels like Me TV, We TV, and the radio. So, or my well, it's not radio anymore, but what do I have? Apple Music. Cause the bill be ridiculous. But Netflix, I didn't like it at first the way they always alternated film. Like they'll bring something in, then you look for it. Like Kill Bill's one of my favorite movies. It might be in there for a little bit and disappear, but that's cool though, because if you think about it, they put in a rotation of different film. So we watched two movies. We watched more than two movies, but there was only two movies that we're going to talk about, and one was Point Blank. So if you didn't see it, maybe she'll put spoiler alert in the tag so people won't watch it, because we're going to talk about the film. So I can't think of the guy's name. I should probably look his name up. But it was one of the guys that was in Avengers. Remember was that? That was
He was Hulk, not Hulk.
he was the guy with the wings. I can't think of his name. All right, hold on. Point Blank.
You ever see the commercial? He's the guy from
Anthony
Comedy Central.
No. So this is Anthony Mackie. So if you keep up with the Avengers, you know who he is. And then my other guy, I never know his name, but when I see him in the movie, I'm like, yo, that's awesome. All the ladies probably know him. Frank Grillo. He's been in some other films. And then, oh, everybody know this lady. Like, you'll know her, but you don't know her by name. She's in a lot of movies too. Marcia Gay Harden. She was mean in this movie.
Eval, pure evil.
Eval. With an A-L. Eval.
So the movie was really about two brothers who had like a rough start in life. It doesn't really show much, but they talk about it. And they lose their mother their mother goes to jail young, and they start they live in a life of crime, doing robberies and stuff like that, right? And they robberies.
Yeah. They're basically in the street life.
And that's how they survive. And they were brothers, so they do this job. They get missing when all these different people start owing people money. They do a job and kind of goes wrong. And then everybody's after them.
Yeah, we ain't gonna give you all the movies.
And
My God.
they're after them.
And then Mackey's character, he's a nurse.
Soon to be doctor.
His wife is pregnant. They kidnapped the wife. It's like typical.
It's kind of like basically the oldest brother gets caught. He wasn't able to get to him in time. You know, he's running. He gets hit by a car. They takes him to the hospital, but they know that he was a part of a crime, so the cops are on their way to like get him. Well, Mackie is the whatever he is, the soon-to-be doctor, and so he's in the room, and he gets like hit by the brother. Brother finds out who he is, where he lives, goes to his house, like basically snatches the wife and tell him that he has to get his brother out of the hospital before the cops get to him, and then he'll give him his wife back. But in the midst of that, they just go on a whole. I mean, it was a really good.
It was like 2 hours and. Was that long? I can't remember. We watched two movies. Was that like a 2 hour and 25 minute? Because Intruder was 2 hours and 25 minutes, I think. It was a good movie. Either way.
Well, they go on, right? And it turns from he supposedly was the bad guy, but the police, which was that lady that we showed you, she was like the devil.
Eval.
It was all bad cops that were involved. And they had this flash drive that had all this information about all the cops doing all this foul stuff.
Dirty cops.
Including her. So now they're like chasing them through the city, trying to get them before they, do something with this drive. Now, also on the drive, they had bank information where they could get access to some money in these different accounts. So that's, I think, really what the brothers was getting it for. Plus, they had the security from the police. Anywho, this turns into a whole thing at the end. Not at the end. It ends up where Mackie, he has to decide to be like a bad guy, but not really, because he starts out trying to get his wife. They kill the guy's brother, and then it's almost like they team up, because he told him, look, I'm killing everybody. They killed my brother, everybody going down.
That's Gorillo's brother.
So Mackie is like, what about my wife? And he was like, well, you gonna have to help, grab a gun and let's roll out and let's go get these guys. So in the end, he had to end up killing a cop, which was a bad cop and a dirty cop. The lady ends up killing herself. It's just a good movie. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it. It wasn't a spoiler alert already, but Point Blank or Point Break?
Point Blank.
Point Blank was good. That was a good one. Now the Intruder, Man.
It was.
That was
Spoiler
good.
alert again. Spoiler alert. Spoiler
Spoiler
alert.
alert.
Spoiler alert. If you don't want to hear it, get off. If you want to watch it and don't want to know nothing, turn off now. We'll wait.
Yes, turn off now.
Get
if
out.
you want to watch it.
Get out. Okay, you had your chance. So, Megan Good, my man, what's that? I think that's Dennis Quaid, I believe.
Yes, it is Dennis Quaid.
Is it? Okay.
Although for whatever reason he reminds me of Harrison Ford. Like there's something about him that reminds me of him, but it's Dennis Quaid. And it's right there in the thing.
Thanks, buddy.
And so the black guy, what is his name?
Michael Ealy.
Michael Ealy.
All the girls probably know him.
And Morgan.
Megan.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, I was calling Morgan.
Oh, yeah.
Michael Ealy, yes. So Michael Ealy and
Megan Good. Oh, and my man, we call him Tommy from Power.
oh yes, Tommy from Power is in it. They gave him like
Good.
a whack character though. Like you automatically expect him to do the Tommy from Power character, but he's not. And he's also in it. Well, anywho, Megan Good and Michael Ealy are married. They're a young couple that just recently get married. Decide they want to get a house and move out the city because they work in the city and move to this I forgot that something valley. And when they move to the valley, when they go and look at the house, it's Dennis Quaid's house, and apparently it's some weird stuff about him, but he's like super attached to this house, and
Dennis Quaid.
he's super attached to his house, but for some reason he has to sell the house and get rid of the house. So he really doesn't want to. Well, he had a whole family, a wife, 2 kids. They never speak about what happened to the other kid.
No.
But mysteriously the wife died somehow. They unsure if it was a homicide or a suicide. And he's crazy. There's no other way around it. So he's like, met them, decided he was going to sell to them. From off the beginning, he got obsessed with Megan, and this dude just came to the house constantly. Every time I turned around, he was at the house.
But they made Megan Good's character, Annie, so oblivious. She was so against what the husband was saying. Oh, he's a good guy. He's a good guy.
It's like he played off her sympathy.
He played off her sympathy. Go ahead. Yeah.
No, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Because he said that the wife had cancer and she died and he was lonely and blah 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 blah.
Bust a lonely old guy bit on his little sweetheart, but you know, dudes, we're not much different than y'all. We sitting here peep game because game no game. So when you looking at a dude, that's why I take both parties to listen to each other. That's a whole other video though. He kept saying something ain't right with this guy. But from the beginning, he wasn't sure about the guy. From the very beginning, when he came in.
Yeah, on the first encounter, when they first went to the house, because he was acting weird.
But she was blinded by wanting that house. This house was gorgeous. I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah, it was a really nice.
That's almost like it was almost like on a vineyard kind of.
Right. It was like kind of really
off the grid.
It was nice, and
this cat just showed up after he sold it, mowing their lawn.
But the husband was like a city boy, and this man, Dennis Quaid, his character was like a country
rough hunter.
He was a hunter. He liked the garden and that kind of stuff. So he was like the opposite personality of the husband. But Megan
was country.
Was from a small little town, so she had that country kind of mentality. So I feel like that was her connection. Not so. Like she connected with him from the beginning. On top of she loved the house, and it was like kind of like almost like kindred spirits with, liking the way the house was, and so the husband really didn't want to really. I don't think he really truly wanted the house. I guess he probably would have preferred living in the city or something, but he had like almost like infidelity right before they got married. So it was kind of like, you know, he was going with, you know, the house because that's what she really wanted. She really wanted this house. She fell in love with it off of the first
and
time.
let's be honest. I don't know no man unless he got some other kind of unique character traits. The average man is going to pretty much go with the wife want. I mean, let's just be real. If you say you want such and such a house, I don't have no infidelity issue. I'm going to be like, yo, okay, cool. I just need somewhere to sleep. I need to make sure it's a happy home, not a house. And make sure the kids is good with the school district that you're going to be dealing with probably most of the time while I'm at work. So it's like, it sucked because he did have the infidelity issues, but I think he did the typical thing that a guy would do. Like, all right, well, you want this house because she was, before they got out the driveway.
Yeah, I was saying in a way that he really didn't like it. He really didn't like the style of it. Like I said, he was more like city, so he didn't vibe on a house from the beginning. So to me, I was saying it to say, I think they made her kind of be a little bit more naive to Charlie, which was Dennis Quaid's
That's
name.
right, that's his name. Thank you. I couldn't remember the name.
That she was
Charlie.
more naive to him because she felt like the husband just wasn't really
Country.
feeling a situation in an area, in a house anyway. So some of it was like, you know, I think he's just being a you know, a butthole or whatever, because she knew that that wasn't his choice. Even though they ended up moving, but it was a really nice house. And when they was there, he just kept showing up. This real bizarre stuff. At first, she kept just seeing it as nothing, but I'm like, it was just so weird from the beginning. Like, this dude, literally, you'll turn around, this dude is at the door. You don't hear him drive up. You don't see him drive up.
One scene, he parked on a roadway that ran through, and he was in the wood line close to the house. So basically,
he's in the wood line every night almost, it seemed like. Just looking, because the way that this man, it was his house, so he knew everything about that house and inside and out.
Spoiler, super duper spoiler. Get out right now if you don't want to hear this next part. Get out. Tell them to get out, Queen. It's your channel. Tell them to get out.
Yeah, so because
we're about to tell you
like the
something.
main part of
the man lived in the house the whole time. I'm trying to figure out, how is this Joker here in the morning? How is he here in the afternoon? In the middle of the night, how is he figuring when the husband wasn't home?
But the way it was creepy how it was, because the husband kept saying, and she was hearing it too. And she was like, oh, it's just the oil. They kept hearing this creaking
sounds all through the night.
And every time they go to the linen closet, one of the doors will be open. Every time. Like, they kept noticing that and kept shutting this door. This linen closet door kept shutting it. Come to find out, it was a trap door behind the linen closet.
This Joker was living underneath the house the whole time.
He had a bed and everything. So they thinking he had the local hotel.
Yeah, he done. Oh man, it's crazy because he went to get a TRO, which is a temporary restraining order where we're from. That's probably some other court order everywhere else, same thing. And he called, and he was trying to get the law enforcement to go over there. You have to issue it in person. And law enforcement couldn't find him. They said they checked the records. They said he has never lived at the hotel. Like, never.
He was living in the house the whole time. And so when they first went into the driveway, it was like a little side door where they kept stuff in, like a little shed. But that was the way he tunneled out of the bottom of the under the house.
So your question should be, what did he do with the money that he sold? Because he sold the house for $3.3 million. Threw in all the tapestry, threw in all the clothes. Tapestry is important in this
everything.
movie.
He didn't take nothing out the house.
He left all the tools, all the yard, you name it. It all comes together after you watch the whole film. At the end of the day, he was shady cat, owed a whole bunch of monies. He was in litigation and lawsuits. So
he had a company that he lost his company and went in debt.
So that's that. That movie is awesome. Even though we're telling you about this movie, we're reviewing it, we're spoiler alerting, it's going to be tagged. So if you ignored the spoiler part, this is your fault. This movie was great.
And people already know. If you look at a video review, you already know we're going to be telling you information about.
Well, see, I didn't know that because I learned only through getting spoiled. Like, if it don't say spoiler alert, I imagine you're just saying it was good. I would give it 3 stars, maybe not talk about it. Like, you ever seen like a trailer, like the regular Fox trailers or the Lionsgate? They tell you what the movie is about, but I didn't realize on reviews they really review it.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't learn that until I started watching YouTube. I don't know nothing about no reviews. But I know I see the ones with spoiler alert, and I'll just skip past it. I don't want to. You could tell her the beginning, middle, and the end, and she still want to watch it. Me,
yeah, that doesn't change. If I want to see a movie, that doesn't change. That doesn't spoil the movie for me.
But she is also a person that will hear overly what you say. I hear the details, and then I'm waiting for each minor detail to come up in the film. Oh, that, yeah. Remember when he ate the toast? Yeah. And I'm like, oh, this is the part where he gets killed. Because, you know, I don't want to. Don't tell me nothing. I'm also the guy who works on Sundays for work, and I will not listen to the radio. I will not watch the news. I don't look at my phone because I don't want to know the football scores because I want to watch it. But if I know the score, I will not watch it because the whole point of watching the game is the outcome.
See, for me, 9 out of 10 for number one is just like personalities. There's only but so many. So when you look at a movie, you already know what kind of movie it already is going to be. So 9 out of 10, I saw 1 or 2 movies that was like it. To me, it reminded you of like Cape Fear.
Yeah, come out, wherever
it reminded you of Cape Fear. Have you ever seen the old Cape Fear, the original?
Who was the actor in that?
That's either Robert De Niro
yes,
or
you're right.
Al Pacino. I never always.
It was De Niro.
It's one of them, one in there, and he was like real crazy. He reminded you a lot. It would remind you of that kind of movie. So if you like a Cape Fear, the old one.
They mixed so many kind of movies in that because this also reminded me of something else. It reminded me. Do you remember that movie? Was it Beyonce was in it? When she ended up killing the
oh yeah,
an intruder.
No, not enough.
No, that wasn't enough. That was my girl,
Enough is
Jennifer
J-Lo.
Lopez. But reminds you of that too.
Yeah, but the husband was the crazy one in Enough.
Right. That's another old
It reminds you
movie.
of the Beyonce one more, yeah, whatever. Or the oh no, what's the other one with Taraji and Idris Elba? Whatever that movie is, it reminds you that he was like a drifter. He walked by to the house and then he wouldn't leave.
Did she end up killing him on a boat in that movie? Taraji Henson? Because there was a movie where somebody ended up getting killed on a boat.
I don't know if that was that movie or not, but this one was like inside the house.
Oh.
And this man came to use the phone and got in, and then he wouldn't leave, and the husband wasn't home, and
Yeah.
it was kind of like one of, it was really good.
It was just killing me that Megan Good's character, Annie, kept letting Charlie in. Like, what woman is just letting a man in the house without their husband being home, like multiple times? You're sure, come in. I have some pie. He brought some wine, right? And it was supposed to be for the husband and the wife. And then she was like, oh, do you want to come in? And then he opens the wine and they have wine together.
But
like,
a lot of it that she felt sorry for Charlie, and Charlie really wasn't a threat. All right, she didn't like Charlie.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
but he was company because they lived all away from everybody, and the husband wasn't there.
I understand that, but that's just not weird to you. But see, I don't know. It's weird. Imagine shoes on the other foot, older lady or not. You just let some lady keep coming in without saying something about it.
I don't think that was weird. I want to hear that's weird now. Specific thing that Charlie did, like holding her hand longer, hugging her the way he was hugging her.
Right, but she didn't feel, and that's, they denoted in the first encounter, he shook the husband's hand. It was quick. They showed it. Pay attention to it. When he shook her hand, he held onto her hand a little bit longer. The camera even looked down her hand, and it showed Megan Good looking at him holding her hand longer. We say this now, but my wife ain't letting no woman keep coming to the house. Go bring me something. He was bringing her flowers one time. Let some lady bring me some food.
No, but when it got to the flower part, that changed it.
She still didn't pick up on it.
When it got to the flower part,
he sent him away with the flower. I don't think the flowers ever made it. And then the type of flower he brought was the most poisonous flower that they was talking about out there. Because remember, they denoted earlier that flower was a poisonous flower. Why on earth would you bring somebody a poisonous flower? Talking about, I haven't seen this flower in years growing out here on this property. I'm sorry, they made her real dumb in this film. Trying to be helpful. See, that's when help goes wrong.
I don't think she was dumb in the movie.
Of course not. It's not going to be dumb to you because you're the kind of person that will help somebody almost to your own hurt. I'm sorry, you'll have to wait. My wife has had girlfriends come to the house. Guess where they at? On a curb till she get home. You're not coming to my house, and I've known these people 20 years and change. Oh, I was coming to see hers. Okay, sweetheart, would you like some water? She'll be back in a moment. You can sit inside your vehicle. I don't trust nobody. I don't even trust my own shadow. I'm asking them, why you running up on me?
Yeah, Charlie, I don't know.
Charlie was shady to me from the beginning because the first encounter, but you wouldn't, Megan didn't pick up on that, and she didn't care because she was so, and her name is Annie. That's how they do the reviews. They talking to the third person, their character. Annie didn't see nothing because all she saw was that house, that country life she missed from Indiana, and the house was ridiculous. I ain't even gonna lie.
She said he reminded her, and this happens in real life with people all the time.
It does happen in real life.
With people in your neighborhood. I met plenty of people in my neighborhood that will come in my house. That's and since we've been married, and you don't feel no kind of way about that man.
What man has come in our house when I wasn't home?
You never had neighbors that came over when you're not there getting stuff?
I'm asking you. I don't know no man that's been in the house when I wasn't home. In the house, sitting up here having wine and pizza with you.
Well, not wine and pizza, but...
See? Those small details do matter, though. You sit up here, this man was having a relationship in his head with this lady. And this is something that should be noted and realize it's in real life. People can be in two different relationships in the same space. I'm sitting there having lunch with you because I'm at work. I had a supervisor like that. I'm not even going to name no names. I no longer work there, and I also had put in to be demoted because this supervisor was having a relationship in her head with me, and I was married, and my wife was working in the next building over. I'm in there for lunch. She called me in to help out with paperwork, and because I'm a good worker, I already know I'm a good worker. I ain't the richest and I ain't the cutest, but I'm probably the best worker out here. I'll go ahead and I'll stay. My mom told the young people when they start working, come early, stay late. And unless they ask you to do something that's illegal or hurtful to you, get that money. But people also utilize that against you. This lady was having a whole relationship by herself. And I said, okay, it's time for me to resign. You can take that little bit of change back. She was having her own relationship in her head. By the time I figured out, you touching me extra, like, what you doing? Don't hook your arm up in my arm like you my lady and we walking down the thing. But that was also some shady so-and-so, you know, because my wife could peep game, like say she over there looking out the window and I'm walking, it looked like I'm falling prey to the foolishness. Nah, these people is wicked out here. Women and men alike. I don't believe in no one is more evil than the next. People have different, Charlie preyed on Annie because Annie was being sweet and saying it's just an older guy. The husband is saying, listen, something is off.
But it wasn't he was an older guy. He was an older guy that, to her, reminded her of her grandpapa or uncle from where she was from. On top of this man told her that his wife died of cancer, his kids moved away. You know, it is always I easily see how you can get.
I can easily see how that can happen to my wife, but
how you can get trapped, or anybody. I'm not gonna just say me, anyone.
Well, we talking about us. I
can like, come on. It's plenty of times that you done met some lady in the neighborhood and you helped.
I helped, but I didn't have no wine and no pizza. And I'm not going over.
I mean, we ain't gotta go as far as to the extent up to the wine and the pizza. No, because
that's what was put in the movie.
But when you watch the movie, you have to watch the content of that specific scene. That specific scene was the husband was, first of all, Charlie done hit the husband and knocked him down the bank, and he had to go to the hospital. So she's in this big house by herself. Charlie knows the house. So you felt comfort with Charlie because Charlie knew the area, and what was happening was, it was supposedly that's what Charlie was telling her, that it was some neighborhood kids, which it was kids that was coming back in the back of the property, and you could hear them rustling around. So when the husband went in the hospital, she not really thinking he being hurtful. He stops by, he brings food. He was like, oh, I'm so sorry that the husband in the hospital, blah, 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 blah. Not all nothing that you would think, oh, he trying to kick it to me or something. Because first of all, when you look at Charlie and you look at her, they were not like, at that age always matters, but
no, because her girlfriend, they denoted even in the film that the girlfriend that was around her age, she was like, girl, you know how y'all talk in the kitchen, girl, what you think about Charlie? And the girlfriend was like, but for an older man, I mean, he's, and then Megan Good's part was like, but I don't really see him like that. But they put it where you can see, you could look at this man either way. Dennis Quaid's a nice looking older gentleman. They show his physique that he's used to being in the yard. Like my wife is that type. She liked the
but
tougher
Charlie
guys.
was extra helpful too, and
I'm
then
not saying that. What
he
I'm
was
saying,
extra helpful when he helped her, because on the one scene, and it's like, it's, I don't know. I know how sometimes people around you can rope you in, especially people that's feeling lonely, or they live in a place in the area where you live at and they're lonely. And he was like talking to her, telling her, you know, I mean, this man not gave them, he sold them his house and left everything in it. He even set up the seeds for the next season so they could get it with it. Now, and that's the kind of stuff I thought that she should have focused more on. Not so much that maybe he liked her or something like that, because in life people do like you. That don't mean that you like them back.
right? But then,
But I think her thing should have been more of the weird shit that he was doing. Like, how is every time you turn around, he's at the door? Like, you didn't hear the car. Like, Annie, you didn't hear the car drive up.
but the house was so big that you could have parked on the east wing and walked to the north side. So, but again, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but why would you do that when where the door was at, the driveway was right there? So if you came to that house, you driving all the way up to the
But
door.
again,
You can hear the car.
these are all the pieces that go to me saying I don't understand how you could pick up, but I can easily see how when you're blinded by, like you keep saying, older gentleman, he lonely. We can easily see when the shoe's in the other foot. Like if it's an older woman, oh, Earth, it's an older lady, let me help. But in my little bit of life on here, I have also been trying to get pulled in by other people whether they trying to get to know your business or whether they actually like you, whether they cause drama. I have seen drama calls from the older to the younger or just alike. So I'm not very trusting. So it'll be hard to even be my friend, let alone my person who kills me.
But it's not uncommon in life for you to meet people and people like somebody you marry and somebody like your mate. To me, that's when the trust come in with you and the person. I'm not trying to be with no man, so
Yeah, but that don't
I
mean
don't care if
that don't
he
mean you
old,
entertain
young,
them. That
nice looking, or
that
any
don't
of
mean
that.
you entertain them because you don't like them. Yeah, I don't really like you, but come on.
Yeah, but she wasn't entertaining him in a way.
But they didn't.
It wasn't like he said, Annie, I like you, and then she's like, oh, come on, let's have some.
But that's
some. It wasn't like that.
But
It was
that's not
like
what I'm saying.
her way to him was more.
That's like the first thing I said. You have to be careful because two people can be in the same space and get two totally different pictures of what's going on.
But for when you watch the movie, in this movie, Dennis Quaid was crazy. Charlie was crazy.
And there are crazy people in real life.
It really didn't have nothing to do with him really being with her, because he was a crazy man. He really didn't want them in the house. That was more of his thing. But in the midst of it, he liked her.
So the
because
whole
she was
question
kind
is,
to him.
why did he sell the house then? Probably just to pay off the debts, maybe?
He had to sell the house because he had to pay off the debt because he lost his business and he owed all this money to people. So he had to sell the house.
I mean, that's I gotta be honest, this is funny, this is sarcasm, obviously. But that's a G move. You sell your house and don't move.
Yeah, basically. And to me, and the way they showed the husband, Nielsen, right?
Who?
No, not Nielsen. What's the black guy name? Ely had his issues too, and he was kind of like he was kind of like a butthole. He had like kind of like the butthole personality. He was like a city guy. He was a businessman. He had a little nice car, and you know, he had the money.
Had access to
and
beautiful clients. Remember that pretty girl that he almost messed up that night?
Yeah, and he was a eye wanderer. So to me, I feel like when he was bringing the issue up to the wife, she was ignoring him because dude, you're the one who had the infidelity issues, and now you're trying to project it to me, like throwing me off, and you still.
But that just proves.
And in the scene And see, again, in life, things like this really, truly do happen. The husband ain't doing what he's supposed to be doing. He's supposed to be bringing his behind home. He didn't. He up there done smiled up in some lady's face at the job. She invited him out instead of him just saying, no, no, no. Now, you all up there seeing Charlie is looking at your wife, but you see this lady is being kind of forward to you, and you go along with it. Text your wife and just tell her you ain't coming home. Well, she picked up on it off the rip that something wasn't right about that. So she called him and was like, what's the deal? What's going on? And the last time, you did this. And he was like, oh. Then that made him jump in the gear. Oh, let me get my behind home. Now go out to the lady. She's out there on a prowl. Talk about some, having trouble at home, the famous line. And then goes in to kiss him. Then he was like, I think I need to go home. It wasn't like he stopped to kiss either. So he had his issues too. So I feel like a lot of her not seeing it totally clear was because the husband wasn't all right neither. So she was discounting him like, you just being extra. Because he had his own issues. So it kind of, to me, it like threw off. So that particular night that he was kissing the lady from the job, acting like he was just getting drinks with clients, lying. They said that's the night that Charlie came with the pizza. No, or was it? No, that wasn't the night Charlie came with the pizza. Charlie still came that night too. That was the night, the wine night.
Well,
that was the they had wine all the nights because
in theory,
Charlie had a friend that had a vineyard.
In theory, Charlie was there every night.
Charlie was there. Yes, Charlie was there. Charlie truly was there every night. Charlie was living under their house, living in.
Because the husband finally said it, and it was cool how they did it. If you pay attention to the smallest detail, you can see the light come on in Annie. He was like, think about it. Which is how most husbands have to talk to their wife at some point, because y'all don't listen to us no way. He was like, think about it. How would he know I wasn't here? And she was like, she was giving him the like whatever face, and then all of a sudden you saw the light come on. She was like, and then you see it flash over to, hello, I'd like to place a temporary restraining order.
No, because then that's when the terror starts to set in.
Man,
like,
they found Tommy
my gosh.
They found Tommy in the freezer later, dead.
Child, he done killed Tommy.
He killed him with an axe to the chest.
I mean, he really killed him because he plucked
a cigarette butt.
I don't want his moss on the ground on the outside. And pissed on the pissed in the
But that is the part to me from the very beginning.
But Tommy saw he was crazy.
It wasn't the husband who said it. That part, we keep calling him Tommy. I don't know what his name was. Mike, I think. His name was Mike. Mike said they found an ash hole in the vehicle.
No, in his sports car.
In his sports car. He don't smoke in his car. His lady don't smoke or don't smoke in the car.
He knew it was Charlie.
And he said, yo, I think it was Charlie. And Annie, Megan Gibbs' part, just laughed it off. So it wasn't only the husband that was saying this is what's going on. Somebody else said, listen, I was out, and he knew because he was outside smoking. He flicked the cigarette and he saw the response of it. He picked up on the crazy part, but Megan Good's part, once again.
But to me, I even feel like with the husband, on the first part, you saw that the man was weird. On the first encounter they had, they should have had left up out there and be like, this ain't the house bill.
But it wasn't. He said he put the window up and pulled off. He said, did you just roll the window up on him? He said, yes, I did. That should have been the vibe pickup, but that's when you had two people not on the same page. Because you want what you want, he want what he want, and then you're not seeing that in the middle safety could be a risk. Because the guy was a weirdo from the very beginning.
He was weird
from the very
The first time he came to the house, number one, first of all, let's go back. First of all, the husband should have checked him the first time when he came in. He should have made it real clear with Charlie off the rip. Then you just saw how crazy it would have been a movie, because you just saw
the movie would have been short. It would have been real short.
In the beginning, because he should have checked Charlie from the day one when Charlie was standing by the window looking weird. When Charlie came to the house and turned the daggone knob and just go to walk in.
To bring the pies.
He's right there.
That was after. That was like about 40 minutes into the film. So that time had passed. They had bought the she invited him for Thanksgiving at that point. So that was a little time off.
And Charlie kind of like tricked her. But then again, Charlie comes and helps the wife put the Christmas lights up.
Charlie was supposed to have moved to Florida like several times. Kept putting
he went from Thanksgiving to Christmas, so you know Charlie wasn't moved. Charlie was in that basement.
This sucker kept trying to move most of the movie. He was like, well, when yo, my scene is when he went to the hotel, and what was Ely's name in the movie?
I don't know what his name was in the movie. I don't remember his name. I don't remember none of that.
Michael Ealy's character. Had to get a little drunk to go tell this guy.
He was a punk. He was a punk. He gonna tell the wife, you need to tell Charlie don't come back here no more, or I'll tell him. And she just looked at him like,
well,
you.
Now I looked at. Oh, that was a horrible parking job. People, I really hate to watch people park and drive.
And he also had a paranoia of guns because his brother was gunned down.
He was like, no guns in my house.
Yeah,
no guns.
He was like
kind
of real weird about the gun stuff.
But you know what could have happened? He could have been.
Maybe he saw his brother shot or something.
Yeah,
because he was real weird about
he had high anxiety about weapons, which everybody's not a gun guy.
Charlie had about 4 or 5 guns down
Charlie
there
was a hunter. They first met Charlie hunting deer.
To me, I think the first encounter, when they first met Charlie is killing a deer, shooting them and killing them when they come up on the property. That right there would have been enough for me to feel uncomfortable and say, okay, maybe this ain't the place. And it wasn't that he was killing the deer, it is how he did it. It was like kind of like scary.
No, they really did it real. That was a good movie.
It was good.
It was very suspense filled.
It gave you real Cape Fear.
It was awesome.
Like the scary part, like it reminded you of Cape Fear, how like he was like crazy and making these crazy faces. Charlie was crazy. It
was a good movie. It was whoever did it. This is what I always say: don't look up reviews. Because somebody
Rotten Tomatoes and stuff.
Somebody scored the movie like a 5.4 out of 10.
It was good.
I thought the movie was really good, but then again, I also have checked out other movies that people didn't really like. But I don't know. We're movie people. Like I really rather not watch TV. I'd rather watch a movie. So I've watched some pretty whack movies over time. So below, we'll know if you really watched this movie. Write your best movie and your worst movie. I'm gonna tell you what our worst movie is. You're gonna say it on count of 3. 1.
Oh, let me think of the name of it. I can't think of the name of it. The Spike Lee.
Yep. Summer of Sam.
Summer of Sam. Oh, that was horrible.
We first got married. We took a hammer to it.
Yeah, we did. We used to hit the movies with a hammer.
When the movie was horrible, we would buy it because we thought it was going to be good.
And surprisingly enough, in almost like a year's time, it was like one movie, and it was that.
Yo, we've been married for September is 18 years this year. We've been knowing each other since '99. So I will say 2000, late 2000, August 2000. Me and her started being tight and watching films together. So that's what? Almost 19 years next month? 19 years of movies, and we haven't seen a worse movie than Summer of Sam yet.
Yeah, Summer of Sam was horrible.
There was one more movie that we saw that came close.
Creepers.
Nah. Jeepers Creepers was
horrible.
Nah, Jeepers Creepers 2 was bad.
No, Jeepers Creepers 1, they both was
No,
bad.
come on. Anybody seen Jeepers Creepers?
That was whack.
The music was scary. Jeepers Creepers, where'd you get those eyes? Oh, yeah.
Creepers,
where'd you get those eyes?
That was a stupid movie.
That.
And it reminded you of that Leprechaun movie called Leprechaun. It was stupid.
Oh, man, I
forgot
about
stupid,
that.
Scary movies like that. It was stupid. I hated Jeepers.
What's your favorite suspense movie? Or we ain't gonna say because we might say favorite and come back. No, suspense. Because that was like a suspense, right? Suspense drama.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, guys, we about to end this video.
You didn't say one.
Oh, I don't know if I have a favorite. I'm not gonna say because I got a lot of movies.
We like movies. We could talk about movies for I could be sitting here, but I got a lot of music production to do and a lot of video stuff to put out. We got a lot of production. This is my day off, but I'm gonna work on our products today. So we're gonna let you guys go. Thank you for tuning in.
Yes, guys, thank you for tuning in. Check out those 2 movies. Check out Intruder and check
Point
out
Blank.
Point Blank on Netflix. Intruder is on Comcast, Xfinity right now, and you have to buy it. But if you wait till next week, it'll be probably $5. It'll be $5.99 or something like
And
that.
because I'm so
But
cheap,
check that movie out.
it's still a good buy because you spend $14 and it's yours. I think we bought that movie because you couldn't rent it yet.
Yeah.
But it was so good. It was like, man. No. Which one did we buy?
We bought Intruder.
Oh,
Oh
Intruder.
my gosh, I'm off to say juicy.
You juicy mouthed it?
Yes, today. I did. Oh.
All right, y'all. Y'all be easy. Have a positive day. No negativity allowed. Don't forget that.
And stay cool because it's still hot.
Right.
Until next time, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with everyone you know. Let them know what your girl over here is doing with Lee Mills Production. Until next time, guys. Bye.